We'll start in a minute.
Good afternoon, Anita.
A very good afternoon. We'll start a session now. You able to hear me and see the screen as well?
Yes, for both.
Okay, that's awesome. We will start with the prayer first. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessing from the goddess and all your gurus. So feel you are slowly opening this. Okay. Today we are going to see the different sun in the different bhavas. Before that, well, let's do. I guess my recording is on, right? Yes. So start with the usual thing. See the before the Pancham, let's see the Rasi chart for today. The main planets we have to consider the yearly planets first. Then the Rahu is in the Meena Rasi, Ketu is in the Kanni Rasi, along with the Shukran today. And Chandran is in, we'll see the Chandran later. Mangalam the Guru was in the Rishabha Rasi, Sani in the Kumbha Rasi. So the yearly planets, we already know about it. And the Chandran is the main planet we have to see for every day. The Chandran now it was in the Mesha Rasi. The peoples who are having the Mesha Lagna, Mesha Rasi, or whoever it was in, wait a second, which one comes? Kanni Lagna and the Kanni Rasi. If you have any kind of this combination, Mesha Lagna, Mesha Rasi, Kanni Lagnam, Kanni Rasi. Particularly for this day, for you, understand how your Chandran was, how your mind was, how your emotion was. Particularly the Mesha Lagna people and the Kanni Lagna peoples, make sure how your awareness was about your mind, about your every actions, how your mind was going. Is that swinging all the time, or you are very steady, or you can handle anything? Find how your mind was doing. And this awareness makes you to think and open your different dimension for you. Okay, let's moving into the Pancham. Pancham today Tithi is the Saptami, and now we are in the Krishna Paksha. Krishna Paksha means we are going towards the new moon. Saptami up to 3:39. This is, if I'm not wrong, this belongs to an Indian calendar. August 26th, then the Ashtami will start. Yoga is the Dhruva up to 12:29, then Vyagata after that. Weekday, obviously, it was the Ravivara. Paksha is the Krishna Paksha. Nakshatra is the Bharani Nakshatra up to till 4:45 p.m. It means till in the evening. Kritika after that. Karna is the Vishti Karna till 4:30 p.m. Then after that Bhava up to 3:39 a.m. in the morning for the next day, followed by the Balava Karna. This is about the Panchang. Let's have the quick view about the Kalapurusha chart, at least for 30 seconds. Okay, your time starts now. Stare at the Kalapurusha chart as much as you can. A few more seconds only. Okay, we are up. Okay. Welcome back to the La Drama chart today, because today we are going to see from the fifth house. So for the first house, second house, third house, fourth house, let's do as a homework for you. Have the La Drama's horoscope and understand how the first house will be, second house will be. Analyze yourself how it will be, because let's have a sample thing. La Drama horoscope, the ascendant is the Karka Lagna, Jupiter and the moon who seated in it. And when it was, Jupiter was aspecting Vrikshika Rasi and the Magara Rasi and the Meena Rasi. Moon is respecting the Magara Rasi along with the Guru. And there the in the Magara Rasi, Mars will be there. And in the Meena Rasi, Venus was, Chukran was there. So this, by all this combination tells about the Parakrama of the La Drama. And let's go itself about the La Drama. The Parakrama will be described in the second house. Third house, it's about the siblings and other stuffs. And the fourth house is property, its mother, everything. The Saturn here, it was, what the Saturn is doing here? The Saturn is exalted, debilitated into Tula Rasi.
Debilitated.
Exalted.
Exalted.
Who said debilitated? We
No,
have
I
to
only
see.
by mistake.
Okay.
I said
And
that
we
by
have to see the
mistake.
Kalapursa chart.
No,
What-
yeah, by mistake. It was
Okay.
debilitated, yeah.
So when the Saturn was in the Tula Rasi for the Saturn is a favorite place. In that case, it says about the land mother and other stuff, how it relate with the La Drama, because most of you knows about the La Drama in and out. So compare against that. First house, second house, third house, fourth house, do it as a home. In the fifth house, we are going to see today. We'll come back to that later. Let's see about the sun. We know about the what is the sun exalt. Okay, let me make it as a zoom. A second. Okay. Sun's own Rashi is a Simha Rashi. Mula Trikona is also Simha till 0 to 20 degree. Gender is the male. An aspect have only one aspect. That is a seventh aspect. Direction is the east. Direction and strength is the south. Malefic, yes, malefic. Some people will say it was a fully malefic, but I would say it is the borderline malefic, saying that it gives you a lesson in a very passionate manner, I would say. It will tell you in a very harsh way. Do it. It's like a stepfather. And Adi Devata is an Agni, Pratyadi Devata is the Shiva. Why we need this for the Adi Devata and Pratyadi Devata? Anybody have an understanding about this? Why we need this two category? We will come back to that after this. Elements is an Agni, dosha is the Pitta dosha. And sun exalted in the Mesha, depleted in the Tula, and Moon Rasi is the Simha Rasi. Why we need this Adi Devata, Pratyadi Devata? Because Adi Devata you can easily connect with. The people we are living in the third dimension, that is in the earth planet, we can easily connect with the Adi Devata. Pratyadi Devata, you need kind of such a frequency, you have to be stay there for at least few more seconds, few more minutes. That kind of the strength you have to develop, but how you can develop that with the help of the Adi Devata. Okay, then we'll moving into know your the relationship about the sun with the other navagrahas. Sun friends with the moon, Mars, and the Jupiter. Neutral is the Mercury, we know that. And the enemy with the Venus and the Saturn. That is, even though Saturn is his own sun, Sun won't like it. Sun don't like its own sun as well. That is the Saturn. Venus is the enemy's Acharya. That is a Sukracharya. Coming to the nakshatra, Kritika nakshatra, Uttara Palguni, Uttarashada. Kritika is the third nakshatra, Uttara Palguni 12, Uttarashada is the 21. Dasha is the 6 years. So why I'm going this much speed? Because we already learned this. This is for the revision. Okay, let's going into the 1 to 4 house very quickly. When the sun was in the first house means if the sun was placed perfectly, that is, it's not associated with any of the malefic planets or aspected by the malefic planets, it's not debilitated, then the first place gives the confidence and the self-assured person. That individual is the very, very confident and motivated person. Let's move into the second house. When the second house, the sun was placed in all the situation which I described earlier, the auspiciousness increased, then he have definitely the good financial capability. Why we need to talk about the financial capability in the second house? Second house represents your liquid assets, family, and the speech, and the food and nourishment. So they have the authority over the speech if the sun was in a good position. Considered if the sun was in a bad position. What is the bad position here? Your inauspiciousness was increased, auspiciousness was reduced. So that means you may not have authority in your speech. Everybody can take over you on your speech as well. Okay, let's move into the third house. Third house represents your aim, ambition, courage, art, and passion. Your communication. Communication is a wide and vast area. It includes everything in the media as well. Nowadays, as we are living in a very, very modern, considerably modern world, so all the communication comes under the third house. So when the sun was in a good position, the sun in a good position in the third house, when auspiciousness was increased, then that person will have a very good courage and ambitious in his life. He know what to do and he know how to achieve his ambition as well. Even though if it was an unachievable dream, he know how to get there. He or she know how to get there. Okay, let's move into the fourth house. Fourth house
Vanita, can I ask one question there? Because last class I was not there and I went to the recording. See, the third house, I have the sun and the Mercury in Kanni Rasi. But now Kanni Rasi, Mercury is the owner as well, right?
Okay, so, sun and the Mercury you having in
the third, that is the third house from my Lagna, that is Karka Lagna.
Karka Lagna, okay.
And Mercury being in its own house too. And along with the sun. As you said, sun is not friendly, is neuter with Mercury, but Mercury is friendly with sun. But the question now is, in all this that you have listed out, I think 50% I'm persuasive. After that, I leave it. Kind of. Only my own analysis. Okay. About me. And courageous, ambitious, all that to start off is very, very good. Able to take
decisions. 100% to your courageous
but
and ambitious.
But then I think somewhere that persuasiveness goes off midway. So sometimes I give up maybe.
It's highly possible because why? Lagna is a Karka Lagna. You have a soft-hearted, and even though you look, you want to nurture the other because the tendency itself, you will. Okay, where is your moon first of all?
My moon is in this one, Vrishchika.
So you are a Vrishchika Rasi person.
It is in the fifth position from fifth house from the ascendant.
You love your child. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, I do have a daughter.
Okay. Yeah. You love your child so much. If they are happy, you are happy. If they are not happy, you are not happy. Is that true?
Yeah, that's me.
It's because the moon says it's in the fifth place when the emotions are involved. And the persiveness comes for when the Mars is also involved. And there was a strong energy will be there. If your Lagna was in the male Lagna, this will become true. This will be 100% come true. The giving up is not because once you say it, you are trying to give up means you are willingly let it go, right? You are accepting.
Like for some other, like in a sense, it's not because of my own thing, but maybe for someone else or something like that. Some situation.
Then,
like
because
let go.
Your Lagna and the Rashi, which is in the moon, it's provide you with the soft energy. So that's why you feel like, okay, I'm okay with that. Whatever the situation will be, I can manage. This perseverance will come. The number of points which I told you, right? This point, it's not written on the stones for everybody. So, for example, the third, I have a son in the third house. Then I am a courageous, ambitious, decisive. No, it may not be possible. That's why I said, this is the main point you have to remember all the time. Okay, let's have an example from. See, for example, what are the things we have to remember? First thing, the Kalapurusha chart always in your background, back of your mind. The Kalapurusha chart, it have a blueprint in your mind. Okay. So for the Kanni Lagna, the third house is Karka Lagna, Kanni Rasi is the third house. For the Kalapurusha, which house it is?
6.
It was the sixth house. So remember the sixth house as well. Then the Kalapurusha sixth house and your third house, and the Sun and the Mercury was there. And when it was aspecting the Meena Rasi,
no planets are there. No planets are there.
In
that house, Rasi? No planets are there. No, nothing is there.
Any planets house, here?
No, nothing. It's an empty box. The ninth house is.
Where is the Jupiter?
Jupiter is in the 12th.
Is where is
12th house. That is in the Gemini. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Jupiter is in the 12th house.
Yeah,
so
Jupiter.
When the Sun and the Mercury was the Sun and Mercury was aspecting the Guru, which is an auspicious planet. When the malefic planet, here is the interesting thing. The Sun is the malefic planet. Mercury is not a malefic, not a benefic also. But it will be performed as whoever it is associated with it. Here now it was even though it was in his own house, but the Sun was present in it, so it behaves like a malefic. Correct. So even though the two malefic planets aspecting the Guru, I mean, if the no planets was there, you have to consider the Guru only.
Because the owner of that house.
Considered that planet. So aspected by the Guru. So here the auspiciousness was a little bit erased, even though it was a malefic planet. But here is the twist here. The Jupiter was in the 12th house. This is not a good place for the Jupiter because the energy which is received from the cosmic will be highly reduced when the Jupiter was in the 12th house. But even then, Jupiter will do wherever it was aspecting, even though it was even sitting, but it was, see, if you see this, Jupiter is also 7th aspect, Sun and the Mercury.
Yeah.
That's why you have the courageous. That's why you have the ambitious, decisiveness. And the perseverance will become, where is your Mars?
My Mars is also sitting with Moon there in the 5th house.
In the 5th house. I see. Okay. That's why you may, we're coming into this kind of the combination later on. Remember when we discuss about this combination.
2-3 planets.
But when it comes into this thing, compare against you as bold as you can. But it's not written on the stones. All the points have to be a match with me. It won't be like that because the probability many planets will come across you, the aspected by you. Number of the things may change. Okay, but why we need to study this? Because when the Sun was in the third house, and the Kalapurusha, you have to see what is the Kalapurusha's house.
6.
When the third house, then your house in which Rasi, and what are the planets involved in it. When the Sun was in the third house, what are the points I have to remember? It's a courageous, ambitious decision. If it was in the auspicious, if it is aspected by the auspiciousness.
Okay.
Consider this one. Consider this is not your Jataka. Imagine some other one aspected by the Saturn.
Okay.
This is entirely not possible. Courageous,
it is
not possible. Ambitious, not possible. Decision, they will take a decision, but it is very slow. It's not as fast as Sun and the Mercury. So it depends upon the combination of the malefic and the benefic planets. This point
and where it is aspecting.
But you have to remember this point as much as you can. If you are not able to remember all the things, but remember one point. What is the third house will do? Third house will tell you about the courage and the ambition. Then if the Sun was not in the courageous and ambitious good place, then this will be reduced. If this much you can remember, that's more than enough. When you see the number of the Jatagam, you really realized the point which you listed out, you come up with the number of the points. Your list will be exhaustive more than that. So don't worry about this. If it isn't matching you, some of the probability is missing there.
That's thanks.
Okay, let's going into the It's going into the 4th house. 4th house represents your interest in the ability nurturing others. Importantly, social environment, your mother, asset, property, everything comes into here. That is the property of the 4th house. Then combine along with the Sun property, which is in the 4th house. It represents your social relation, content, happy life. Okay, one more thing also. Fourth house represents your happiness as well. What makes you happy in this lifetime, in this planet, is that will be represented in your fourth house. See whichever take your horoscope and see whatever it is in your fourth house. That makes you happy. No matter what happens, no matter whatever the people will say, end of you may think like, oh, I happy about this one, I happy about that one. But when you concluded, when you honestly reply to all your questions, then the fourth house will give you an answer. Well, do it as a homework for you as well. If you find out the fourth house any interesting point, share with us. Okay. It's about supportive creative. The sun was in a good place. This is all about the last week's story. Now we are starting with the fifth house. This is the today's class will start. Okay, the fifth house, what does the fifth house represent? It represents the progeny, represents the creativity, intellect, and the children, obviously the progeny, amusements, whatever the entertainment you have, and the speculation, childlike activities. Okay. And okay, there was one interesting thing I will tell about the fifth house, because I have the fifth house and you can dissect my horoscope as much as you can. I can tell you whether it is right or wrong. I can tell you right away. Give me a second. Before that, they have a discriminating ability about when the sun was placed in an auspicious position. They have the thinking ability. The meditating capability will come on its own. The speculating means they have an good hands-on in any kind of the speculating business. Probably it could be in share market or any other thing, but they haven't. There are some people they can speculate the emotions as well. This is about the speculating amusements. They what kind of the things they if the sun was in a good place, they really interested in any kind of an entertainment they would like. Gambling obviously comes as a side effect of the speculation and the entertainment. These people are the good entertainers. They know how to make themselves happy and they entertain very much. In the romantic pursuits, because the fifth house tells your love life. Fifth house tells you romantic pursuits as well. Okay, now if the sun was placed in a very good position. Now I tell you my horoscope. This is the Thula Lagna. Don't worry about whatever you say. I will tell you the yes or no because I know about me very well, much as I know. So the sun, my Lagna is a Thula Lagna. Sun is at the fifth house. Moon and the Ketu in the why I'm telling the Ketu and the moon, this I will tell you later. But if it was confusing, I erase this one. Okay, let me concentrate only on the owner. The owner is the Saturn. The Saturn is the retrograde Saturn along with the Mars. Okay, now study this chart one.
But the sun is in the enemy's house. That is one.
Obviously, enemy's house. Yes.
Kumbha Lagna, that is okay.
Exactly. Sun was sitting in the Saturn's house. Saturn is an enemy to Sun. Yes, it is in the enemy's house. Then.
And also, Sun is looking at the Saturn there. That seventh house. That is. No, that's not seventh. No. Sorry. That's not seventh.
Own house.
Yeah, it is looking at the own house. So that is a strength for it.
Vanita, any benefic aspecting the sun in your horoscope?
Yes, that is a good one. Yes, here the Lagna, I'm having the Jupiter.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome. Because that tells you all the answers. I will tell you why.
Jupiter is aspecting Sun now.
5. Yeah, it is aspecting.
Yes, 5. Yes, fifth aspect. Yes. And I have only the Jupiter in the Lagna.
Okay.
So I can tell you the Jupiter aspect as well. Yeah. Mars owns the 2 house. So this one is the Mars one and this one is the Mars one. I have no planet here. So it's aspected by the Jupiter and the Mars was in the 12th house along with the retrograde Saturn.
Okay. Saturn is exalted in your Lagna.
Saturn is retrograde in the 12th.
No, I mean, sorry, in the Lagna, Saturn is exalted.
What is that? Saturn how exalted?
In Tula.
No,
Yeah,
but she
Tula
doesn't
Lagna,
have a Saturn, no?
yeah,
Okay.
Saturn is
That does not
exalted in
matter in
Tula
that.
now, but my Saturn was a retrograde Saturn.
Yeah.
Right, correct. Sorry.
Anything you think? Okay, let me make it as easy for you. My thinking ability, quite good. Meditating. This is my, I would say, this is my everything. This is the only thing I learned for a number of the years, and still now I'm learning. But this is the only thing I followed for a number of the years. It comes on its own. I don't know why, but this is the one thing.
You are highly meditating, that we know, because you say that. but I don't know what aspect makes that part there. I don't know that.
What is it? What is it?
No, like about meditation, that is 100% true. So because we heard from you, but then
But
I don't know what aspect
as far as
this,
planets are concerned, how is
how
it?
it is, we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
now I'm telling you what I found out, and then you have to tell me why it is. Okay?
Okay, we'll try.
Okay, this speculating, I have the much ability here also. My amusements was different from other people's. I am not an entertainment person. My amusement was totally different, and entertaining others is not my style. But I entertain myself. That was in a greater extent. Romantic pursuits, kind of. Yes and no. Maybe we can make it as the 50% here. Okay, that's all about me.
Gambling?
I will say one thing. Probably because Jupiter is aspecting the sun, and sun also is aspecting its own house. You have a great thinking power there because you are a born leader. Kind of the leadership qualities from the sun, that which we can. Because sun is all about leadership and thinking, unless and until thinking and part.
No, the element is air here, so that is the reason the thinker would come in, right?
Where what is that?
Element is air.
Yes,
so the thinking ability is because of the element.
Yeah, definitely. Because of that, but then the Jupiter plays the biggest role here.
That is for speculating, analyzing.
Oh yeah,
no, that can also be for meditation also, right?
Yeah,
see, Jupiter enhances everything about what is there, right?
Wherever it looks, wherever
it enhances everything.
Enhances that ability. But here the only interesting thing is about the Jupiter alone in the Lagna. Most of the people will say, okay, this is about there was in Tamil, there was in one verse also. I forgot that one, but it's not in a good way. They will say it's spoil, it's not good for the Jataka. But later I understood in a different way, because when the Guru was in the Lagna, the people will think whatever the wisdom they received, they think it is the correct one. But for the other peoples around them, they feel that, oh my God, they are suffering. But for them it was not like that. That was kind of the huge gap will form. Okay. That is
Vanita, repeat one more time what you're
when
trying to infer.
When the Jupiter alone in the Lagna, right? There is a lots and loads of the wisdom will come. Even though the physical appearance of the Jupiter, whatever the thing which you learned already, it will apply. But the wisdom thing will come when the Jupiter alone was in the Lagna. What they will think like whatever because they come number of the wisdom they come across and they receive as well. They feel like whatever they do, it is the correct one. But the people
so you
around
don't
them will
try to accept other people's opinions.
No, they will accept. They will accept. That's an interesting thing. They will accept, but they will convince you. They will make you to compromise. Then the people around them will think like, okay, he or she is spoiling her or his life. That comes into the whatever the other people will think it is a bad. These people will think like, no, it's not a bad. It's a life experience. And when they think like it is a hard in their life, they think that or is it's a process in their life. There is a difference between the thought process as well. Whatever they feel hard, these people will think like, okay, I'm in the process. I will reach because I'm in a mess. Definitely, I will reach at one point. Okay, this is about the Jupiter. I am changing the track here. Comes into the sun. when the sun was aspecting one good thing about the sun is, okay, this is let me discuss my analysis about this. The one important thing about the sun is sun in the 5th house, that is in the Kumbha Lagna, Kumbha Rasi. For the Tula Lagna, one benefit here was the Jupiter aspecting. That was the one aspect. But here the one more minus point here was the owner is a Saturn. The Saturn was retrograde. It was one minus point. Along with it, it was in the
Enemy's house.
12th house as well, along with the Mars. But here comes in this Mars is a second and the 7th house. So second and the 7th house Lord sitting along with the 4th and the 5th house Lord. So that means the slowness will be there. Most of the time they feel like they try to achieve, they may not achieve. But it's a story about this Saturn and Mars. We'll come into discuss later on. But when comes into the sun is aspecting by the auspicious planet, that is the benefic planet. But most of the Jataka will say, most of the scriptures will say, when the sun was in the fifth place, the pregnancy for the women will be difficult and they have the few children. Some people may not have the children, but some people will argue, no, they have the children, only few children. This all the demerit for this. There was a here. Yeah. The health risk is the first pregnancy for the female is really tough. There is a high possibility that first children is the male child. Okay. Whatever the statement which I said, 3 statements, I can't prove for that. The people who knows who having the fifth house as a sun, check with them. That 3 things I can't able to tell you.
Vanita, I have sun in 5th house along with Kuja, that is Mars.
That's awesome. Wait, you're the correct person. Wait a second. Let me.
Vanita, 1 second. In your horoscope, Jupiter is the Putra Karaka, right? And he is aspecting the 5th house. So that indicates a male child.
Yes, that indicates the male child, and that is also eliminating the no children
The
fact.
risk in pregnancy.
That is also eliminating the risk of pregnancy, no children. That fact will be eliminated because of the aspect of the Jupiter alone. Because the Jupiter was staying in the Tula Lagna, that is Venus and the Jupiter plays kind of a neutral along each other. So that's why the Jupiter aspecting will give the 5th house. The progeny may not get a risky one that aspected here. Okay, that's why I just got distracted. Okay, what I'm trying to say here was the 5th house, when it was aspected by the auspicious planet, then this will be, there is no problem in it. But there are some astrologers will still argue on this. No, there is a high risk. But find out whether you will be able to see that kind of the person or not. But as per my understanding, when the Jupiter was aspecting the sun, this possibility will be less. And in other words, the auspiciousness was increased, then they have most of this quality. The thinking, meditating, speculating, this kind of the quality will be high for them. But let's consider the scenario, the sun was not in a good place. Okay, what are the things here you have to understand here? The good thing about the sun in the Kumbha Rasi is only thing is Jupiter aspecting. Other than that, everything was minus. Why is minus? Saturn, the owner which is in the 12th house, that was in the hidden from the cosmic energy, that is also retrograde, along with the Mars. Its aspect, the another good thing about the sun is it's aspecting his own house. So when you see the sun was in a good position or not, but the sun was in the retrograde. Owner is already retrograde. Here the energy was not that much good. The sun loses energy even though it was it was in the Kumbha Rasi because of this one. But even then, the Jupiter was expecting it regains its energy. It have the potential. That's why the most of the thing will comes into true. But most of the time, okay, because my guru was expecting the sun, I'm not much more interested in this. This is up to my horoscope. I'm not much more interested in this. Maybe because of the guru, I believe like that. Yeah, that's all.
Vanita,
Any
I
doubts?
asked,
Ma'am, I have one
I asked
example.
you, Vanita, I asked you that
Yeah, yeah.
Mercury.
We'll come to your horoscope next. Give me 1 minute. Is there any question? We'll come to your horoscope now. Give me 1 minute.
Ma'am, I have two examples. Two close friends of mine.
Wait, give me
One who
1
has.
second.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Let me do this. Give me 1 second. We'll finish with him first because he already started.
Sure.
Mars and the Sun in the 5th house. Give me 1 second.
Kuja, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Even
for the
Kuja.
Vanita, one more question here. You say romantic pursuits.
Uh-huh.
Will this involve seventh lord or something like that?
Oh, okay.
How do you
That's very
see that in the
interesting.
horoscope, the romantic pursuit?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Okay. If the Sun was in the 5th house, the romantic pursuit will be there. What is that meaning? You may fall in love. Somebody love you. This will definitely happen. But is that the successful or not? Then you have to see the Mars. Then you have to see the 7th house. For me, the 2nd and the 7th house, which is comes under who's the owner? Mars is the owner. Mars is in the not in the good position. That is in the 12th house. And my love was not that much sexy. That was an answer here.
Where is Shukra in your birth chart?
Oh, my Venus was here along with the Buddha. Okay, for the women, concentrate on the Mars. If consider if a man, then concentrate on the Venus for the spouse related stuff. Is that okay?
Vinita, for the woman to look at Jupiter or Mars?
Look both.
Okay.
If you are seeing for the man also, look into the Jupiter, because when you're looking into the Jupiter in the male Jataka, you are looking on the thought against the progeny. But when you are looking into the Jupiter for the women's Jataka, both the things will come. Thought the spouse, the progeny, everything, and also along with the Venus.
Okay.
That Sun
Even
and
I
Mars.
have Sun in my 5th house.
What is it? Oh,
I
okay,
said even I have Sun. But let the others discuss first.
okay, let's comes in this one with the Sun with the Mars. Okay, your Sun and the Mars in 5th
Fifth
house,
house.
which is your
Fifth house.
Lagna, Simha Lagna, right?
Lagna, yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Simha Lagna. And Sun and Mars. Awesome. Your Sun, wow. Wow. Okay, definitely all things will come to you. Yes or no?
No, except that gambling.
Okay,
Other
where
things
is your
are
Venus?
except that
Where is your
gambling.
Venus?
Pardon?
Except this gambling.
Yes.
Okay, where is the Venus will come? Venus and the Jupiter?
Venus is in third house. Guru and Shukra in third house.
Oh, that's totally awesome. Okay,
Good,
then
good
there
or
was.
bad?
Okay, it's good. And you are expecting this one for the 11th house, right?
10th.
10, 11, 12. Lagna is a Simha Lagna.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is here, right? Sun aspect is 7th
Yeah,
aspect.
sorry. Yeah.
10 is Rahu and your Rahu is there. 10.
Ragu only. Then the Ketu is here. Ketu is in your 2nd house, correct?
Ketu in
Definitely,
house.
because the Rahu was in the
4th
9th
house.
house.
4th
Definitely.
house.
Ketu in 4th house.
Simha
Okay,
Lagna, right? Simha Lagna.
okay, wait a second. Rahu is in which house?
Rahu in 10th house.
Rahu
Can I
in
tell you? So, first is Lagna. Second is
Now tell me, where is the Ketu? Okay, wait. Where is the Ketu?
Ketu in the 4th house,
Vrishchika.
along with Mercury.
Rahu in the 9th house.
No,
Rahu
10th.
in
Tenth
10th
house.
10th. That is
Rahu
10th.
in the 10th house, then your Ketu was in the 4th house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ketu in
correct.
Yeah.
Obviously, correct. Your 4th house. Sorry, my mistake. Correct. Okay, we no need to concentrate on the Rahu and Ketu now. So I remove this one first. Okay, now we concentrate only on the Sun and the Mars.
Sun and Mars.
his aspect is also about the 11th house. Okay, what is the 11th house will tell you? Anybody? 11th house.
11th house is
Income, friends,
Income.
friends, fulfillment.
Yes, let's go with only one thing. Let's go with an income aspect. Okay, where is your Mercury?
Mercury in wait,
Mercury in
Mercury, I tell you. Mercury in 4th house.
along with the Ketu.
Along with Ketu.
Okay.
4th house.
So the Mercury along with the malefic planet. Okay, then where is your Mars?
Mars I just told no, in the 5th house along with Sun.
Sorry, along with the Sun. Okay, that's okay. My mistake. Okay, the Sun and Mars together. The Ketu aspecting the 11th house. Who's the owner? Mercury is the owner. Mercury is in the 4th house along with the Ketu. Okay. How the income will be? Your income will be flowing through continuously, or you have a break in between. I mean, there was a kind of obstacle will come, then you earn more. Then the obstacle will come, you earn more. It was like that, or it will be.
No, obstacle will come, and then I'll gain the loss. I'll make up the loss.
Yeah, then it is because of the Ketu along with the Mercury, because the owner is the. Is there any planet in the 11th house? No, right?
11th house, no, nil. No planets.
No planets. Then the Mercury and the Ketu will plays a role because the Mercury along with the Ketu, maybe it provides some kind of an obstacles. We'll see that later, but let's concentrate on the Sun and the Mars. The income, because of the Sun aspect through the income, definitely the income, it won't get affected because of the Sun. Okay. But the aspect again with the Mars is also the 11th aspect. Yes. We'll definitely come into the same horoscope again when we learn about the Mars, when it is aspecting the 11th house, when it was in the 5th house again. The same horoscope we'll read again. But okay. At this point, we'll see only the Sun, which is in the 5th house and aspecting the 11th. Okay. Now he already told us thinking and meditating, and he said something is not okay. Without the gambling, everything is okay for. Except gambling. Rest are okay. Okay. Is somebody loves you or you love somebody? How about you? Actually, nobody loved me. I also no, not much. Love only myself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The romantic pursuits will be there. No, even though if you are a very thinking like I'm not going to involve in this kind of the matter, but one point in time when the Sun is in the 5th house, it makes you to do that one. Okay, why I ask the gambling was not part of it? Knowingly or unknowingly, you may do if it was not expected by the any good planets. Because the Sun and the Mars is not as I believe there was no one was expecting the Sun and Mars. Where is your Saturn? Saturn in 12th house. Saturn in the 12th house. The Saturn and the Moon. It's in the 12th house. Saturn 12th house is good. Okay, because you make it as a very much disciplined. If you don't like gambling, then that means the Saturn makes you to do that work, or the Sun itself makes you to do that work. Anybody want to justify this? Leave out the Saturn now. Consider only the Sun and the Mars in the 5th house. Anybody want to add the point here? And he already said it matches everything with him except the gambling part. This one, he said it was not matching with him. So we are excluding this one. And how you can think like his, okay, let's go with one by one.
Vanita, I have just one point. Mars is also aspecting the 12th house.
Yeah. Okay. And the Saturn was here. Okay. Okay, anyway, the Saturn Mars combination will...
Mars, madam, Vanita, Mars looks at 4 and 7, 4, 7, 8, no?
4, 7, 8. Your Mars is in the 5th house. Then count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aspecting the Meena Rasi. And as also aspecting the Mithuna Rasi. And the 8th house from the Mars, which is the 8th house, it becomes the Kadaka Rasi, right?
Yes, yes.
Agree?
What one? Pardon?
Your Mars was in the Dhanu.
Mars in 5th house.
Yeah, from your Lagna, it was the 5th house. Okay,
Fifth
now
house.
count from here. 4th house of the Mars, 7th house of the Mars, 8th house of the Mars. Okay, from here. Take this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th house is the Meena Rasi. Then the 7th aspect, count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then the 8th one is the Kadaka Rasi. So that's why the aspecting was aspecting the Mars, aspecting the Saturn, because you told me earlier the Saturn was in the 12th house.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with only one point. How the meditation comes into picture when the Sun along with the Mars was sitting, how the meditation is possible for you. Let's justify this one point. Then we will move on to another chapter.
I do meditation, but sometimes I used to do regularly. Now last so many years I have left it. I do only yoga and all. Actually, I was doing very much deep in meditation and all. I was doing. Now afterwards, there was some interruption, and I switched on to yoga. I do yoga.
But you had an experience in the meditation, right?
Yeah, I had experience. Yeah.
You already explained about his romantic thing and the thinking ability. Okay, let's go with thinking ability.
Yes, I got a lot
Jupiter
of thinking.
And his Jupiter was here, I guess, and the Ketu and the Mercury was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vrikshika Rasi, and the Mercury was here. Okay, one interesting thing about is wherever the 4th house that tells about your happiness. Okay,
Happy.
what
Yeah.
makes you happy?
I'm happy. Quite
Yeah,
happy.
what makes you happy?
With the family and all.
Okay, what is the 4th house means?
Fourth house means.
Okay, do it as a homework as well, everyone. When the 4th house represents your happiness, we may think like, no, this is not my happiness. But drill down to at one point, the 4th house clearly express you. And if you want to do, see, if you are not believing that, okay, the 4th house is not representing my happiness, go into the fourth divisional chart. That will tell you what is your happiness exact.
Mental peace
D4,
and happiness.
Vanita?
What is it?
D4, you mean?
Yes, D4, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to drill down to what is what makes you happiness, because when you are in a happiness, you may not able to find out what is your happiness. When the people are seeking the happiness, they can easily find out, okay, this is my happiness. When the people are sitting in the happiness, they may not able to see that. So that kind of the people, I suggest them to go into the D4 for their own analyze purpose, for their own understanding and research. If you're content with what the 4th house says, then that's fine. Okay, let's have any more chart for the 5th house. Someone was started. I interrupted her in the middle. Sun in the 5th house. Any more example?
I have Vinita, but I think somebody else was showing. She said she
Yeah.
had 2 friends
Who's that?
before me.
Yes, ma'am. So I have 2 close friends. One who has sun, she's a Karka Lagna and sun in Vrishchiga. She has sun and Mercury both. She has Jupiter in 11th, which is in Vrishabha.
Okay, wait a second. A Lagna is a Karka Lagna, Sun and the Mercury in the 5th house, then?
Jupiter is in 11th, that is Vrishabha.
Okay, Jupiter, then? Okay.
And so she is pregnant right now. And she was married for the last 7 years. And it is only after a long wait of 6 years that she conceived in the month of December last year. And correctly, when Jupiter came into Vrishabha and is aspecting her 5th, is when now she's pregnant and she would be delivering in the next 2 weeks. So
Okay,
yes,
where is her
definitely they say
Mars?
that
Mars will be?
her Mars is with Moon in Meena Rashi. She's Revati Nakshatra.
Revati Nakshatram, Lagnam. Mars is here. Jupiter was aspecting. Is also aspecting Rasi.
Yeah, second house Ketu, 8th house Rahu.
8th house Rahu.
Yeah.
Oh, it's along with the Mars and the.
No. Kumbha Rahu.
Oh. Okay. 7 and 8. Well, this looks good only. Mars and the Moon was in the Meena Rashi. So then in Meena Rashi.
She has Tula Venus, 4th house Venus.
4th house Venus. Okay. Attachment towards the mother or land property.
Yes, she has.
Okay. Now tell me this one. Based on this one, find out which one.
So there are two situations, like you said, that Sun in 5th means difficult first pregnancy or chances of miscarriage. So I have two friends with Sun in 5th, and one of them is her having Jupiter aspecting it. So touch wood, currently till now there has been no problems or no issues in her pregnancy, and hopefully she will deliver. Another friend of mine who had Sun aspecting her 5th, not in 5th, but Sun aspecting the 5th. She had a miscarriage in the 6th month of pregnancy, and it was a male child. And there was no other planet aspecting that house of hers, 5th house.
Okay, Sun in which house?
For her, the Sun is in Mesh Rashi. Sorry, Sun is in Tula Rashi aspecting Mesh, which is 5th. She is Dhanur Lagna.
Dhanur Lagna. Sun was in the Mesh Rasi, right?
No, Sun is in Tula aspecting Mesh.
Oh, wait a second. Sun is in the Tula Rasi. That means in the 11th house. So it was aspecting the Mesh Rasi. So because of the 5th house, she had a miscarriage. Because this aspecting power will be 50% only. The miscarriage could be this one. I'm not sure, because the miscarriage could be different reasons as well. Where is her Mars?
Or Mars.
Here the Sun is debilitated, right, Vanita? So.
Oh, okay, my mind where I am. Okay, correct. Yeah. But still, I'm thinking the Sun, which is aspecting the 5th house, still give you the 50% only.
Will be the Dasha Bhukti? Might be during the Sun?
Possibly. That will go for 100%. Yes. Okay, what is this chart Dasha Bhukti was happening? Any idea?
Hers currently, I think Shukra Dasha, Mahadasha is going on.
Okay, Buddhi?
Can you give me a second? I can check and tell.
Oh.
For her, Sun Mahadasha is going on, Ravi. And her Bhukti is, yeah, it is Sun and Ketu.
Wait a second.
Sun Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha.
Venus Mahadasha, Sun Buddhi, and Ketu
No. I was under the wrong impression. It's not Venus Mahadasha. It is Sun, Surya Mahadasha and Ketu Antardasha. Sun and Ketu.
No, what is the Buddhi here? Sun Mahadasha is the Sun, Buddhi?
Ketu Antardasha. Ketu, Bhukti.
Ketu Buddhi. Okay. When it started, the Sun Dasha?
One moment, I'll tell you. In 2019.
2019, okay, still it was. Okay. When it is her delivery date?
first week of September, maybe second or third or fourth, something like that.
Okay, in a few days, right?
Yeah.
Can we discuss the same Jataka after that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this one I'm still doubting about the sun aspecting. Maybe it was debilitated because of the Dasha Buddhi was happening. It's working as 100%. But still, we have to analyze the entire Jataka. We'll come into the conclusion. The sun miscarriages happen because of the sun aspecting fifth house. Most of the time, aspecting will works 50%, but for the Jupiter will works 100%. Saturn, wherever it was sitting, it works 100%. But still, I have a doubt about this because even though sun was debilitated, aspecting carrying the miscarriage may be different due to the different reason. We have to understand that. You have the full Jataka for this person?
Yeah, I have.
Where is the Mars?
Her Mars is in Meena Rashi.
Mars is in the Meena. What is the Dasha happening for this person? Dasha Buddhi answer.
Yes.
Dasha Buddhi is okay. Okay. Most
So
of the
she's
time, the Buddhi will happen. Buddhi works. Even though the Dasha was happening, your Buddhi works the 100% for you. So even though if you're concentrating on the Dasha, concentrate on the Buddhi level. Buddhi gives you answer to all your question 100%.
So she is undergoing Shani Mahadasha, Shani Bhukti.
Oh, both are Sunny. Where is her Sunny?
1 month. Shani is in
If you're diverting over. Okay, that's okay. Okay, go ahead. Finish this one. Sunny.
Danu.
Lagna Sunny.
Lagna Danu.
Where is the Jupiter?
Vrishab.
Vrishabha Jupiter and the Lagna Sunny. Oh. Okay. Definitely will see this Jatagam for the Lagna Sunny as well as the Jupiter in the 6th house.
Sure,
But
yes.
For her, mostly find out her medical reason for the miscarriage first. If she was doing one
The
more
reason
condition.
I can give you a brief background and I'll end it there. She has had a very low reserve of ova. So she underwent 3 cycles of IVF. In her 3rd cycle, she conceived and she managed to get her, the pregnancy was viable till 6th month of age. And the reason they gave after her miscarriage was some unknown infection due to which her C-reactive proteins were elevated. And that caused a sudden pregnancy cramps for her. They caused, so she naturally delivered the baby at the 6th month. But because the baby was underdeveloped, he didn't survive. And there was no other reason.
Okay, if she okay, we'll discuss this one. But where is the Ketu in her Jatakam?
Yeah, I can tell you. Ketu is in Simha.
Ketu is in the Simha. But when she went for the IVF, she did for the particular date, or she did her on her own. Okay, I'm okay. My body is strong. I can go now. It's just like that. Or she picked a date and go for that date.
No, I don't think she picked a date. Picked a date in the sense astrologically you're saying with Muhurtam? No. I know. I don't think she follows.
But some people will feel like it was a joke. But when the people are going for an very painful thing, find out the planners which is favorable for them. Pick that particular day. then definitely that particular day, you may not, you may have the pain. Definitely the pain will be there, but it won't consume you. Or the results will be good, or you may have a conclusion that, okay, this is not a time, I don't want to do. Your mind will, consciousness will tell you, because if the one person was going for IVF for 3 times, it's not a joke. It's she's really serious about it.
Oh, yes.
But then she had to take too much measures about her first. Ask her to sleep well. It's the only thing I can tell you. Maybe I felt like is ask her how is her sleeping pattern.
Okay.
That
I will ask her.
if she correct that one, if she take a rest well and good amount of an energy generated by the sleep, she knows what she want in her life. What I'm thinking, I'll check with her, but check with her sleeping pattern first.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Well, oh, the time is moving. Well, any jadagam want to refer this, but keep these 3 jadagam. Please remind me later on when we are coming into the Jupiter in the 6th house, as well as the other thing also. This jadagam also. Okay, this jadagam will definitely discuss once we delivered after that. Okay.
Yes.
Something to say, but this is not a right time to say that. I will tell you the reason as well also, why I didn't say that also. But we will tell that after the everything was okay, practically something was done, then we can discuss about this chart. But for
Okay.
this one, when we are moving into the Jupiter, please remind me to discuss this chart.
Sure.
Also, when the Lagna Sani was, when the Saturn was in the first house, when we are discussing, please discuss this. Ask me to discuss this one more time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's. I
Sorry.
quickly move. Oh my God, I
First pregnancy is female or male? It's written female, but I think you mentioned male. Is it? Oh, I got it wrong.
pregnancy is a word of female, right? Oh, okay. The pregnancy, first pregnancy. When the female was going through first pregnancy, that one only.
Female.
Okay.
Female.
Female only.
Means in female, that's all. Anyway, it's a female only, but
Oh, female only. Okay.
Okay. I thought
Oh, you
first
thought that
pregnancy.
the baby will be
female.
female. No.
Okay.
The
Sorry.
first pregnancy in female. That
Right.
the mother who is carrying.
Yes, I get it. Thank you.
The first pregnancy setup, but when you see the person, when the 5th son, if they carry for the second one, they don't feel it as a problem for them. But check with them. But most of the time, when it was expected by but most of the astrologer will make you scared because you have the 5th son. And one time I went to an astrologer and he didn't even ask me whether I married and I had a child or not. He immediately told me, madam, you have your first child born very difficult and you have a difficult pregnancy. And I said, if I had one, I definitely tell you. And this kind of a thing will happen. Definitely the astrologers will scare you like anything. But don't worry about that. Look about the benefic planets. How it was expecting that. Okay, let's quickly moving into the 6th one for 5 minutes. We'll continue with the 6th house again for the next week as well. Okay, one more thing, one important one before that. Next week there was no class because I'm taking a vacation for a week. I back to my home on a Monday morning, probably Monday evening. So the Sunday, the entire day I'm gonna traveling. My travel starts on this week itself. So there was no class on the next week. We'll continue from the first, let me see the date. There is no class on the September 1 and followed by, we'll continue our class on the September 8. The one class we are, September 1, there was no class. Okay. Is that okay?
yeah, sure.
Yes, Vanita. Thank you.
I quickly go through the 6th house. Then once we come back, once we are resume the class again, we will discuss the 6th house again. Okay. Anyone remember for the 6th house what it is for? We'll wind up in the class in 5 minutes. 6th house mainly for
Ripu, Rona, Ripu, Roga.
Very good. Awesome. Your debts, your disease, your enemies. Everything will be defined in the 6th house. Okay, in that place, the sun was present. If the sun auspiciousness was increased, do you have a disease? No. Do you have a debts? No. Do you have an enemy? No. When the sun was in the 6th place with a high level of the strength, you don't have these three things. If the Jataka didn't have any of these three things, will he, she, or be happy or definitely happy, right? The sun in the 6th house kind of very much good, but if it was aspecting by the malefic planet or not sitting in the good Rashi, then the entire thing will be goes in a different way. Why? Because if the sun in the 6th house, which is not in a good position, for example, if the Rishabha Rasi, which is Rishabha Lagna, which one is the 6th house?
Tula.
Tula is the 6th house, right? Sun will be very much happy in the 6th house as the Tula Rashi.
It's an enemy house.
Nicha.
Debilitated.
And this, when the Rishabha Lagna, who's having the sun in the 6th house, that is Tula Rashi, they often have a disease, knowingly or unknowingly, and ending up in a death. They have an enemy. These peoples may not be conquered by them. But if they're in different scenario, like when this situation was changed, when the sun was here, which is in an exalted position, the Lagna is the Vrikshika Lagna, these people, the disease will be afraid to comfort them. They may get a loan, but it's not bothered for them. It was like they have the when the person was having crows and crows, when they're having to take a loan for a land, it doesn't matter for them, right? It's just like that. And for the enemies, they may have an enemy, but everybody can be conquered by him or her. So that kind of enemy will be there. Okay, with that mind, let's see what are the points here we have to discuss. They are service oriented, obviously, because the 6th house is also representing your job. Service oriented, mainly if it was because when the 6th house represents your job, what are the job which is favored for you? Any kind of a guarding business, soldiering, healing, because
Health
the healing
workers.
comes under the service, and improving means you improve the other people's lives as well, or improve the environment as well. Anything that makes that improves this environment in this planet. And the troubleshooting, the peoples who are the troubleshoot can be anything. If you are in a mechanical engineer, you troubleshoot the car or the vehicle or any of the engine. When the sun was in the 6th house, you definitely know where to put the nuts. But if you are it depends upon the different industry, your troubleshooting level will be high. Obviously, your defending level will be high. Why? Because the sun is in the 6th house, and it's the defending position. Okay, this is what I said. You conquer your enemy for sure. But if the sun was in a good place, but if the sun was not in a good place, the n number of the lawsuits comes on you. Then you will ask me, Vanita, you said the 6th and I will success in lawsuits, but I am failed in my all lawsuits. Then you have to see your sun. The sun auspiciousness has increased or decreased. If the auspiciousness increased like this, no one will conquer you. Even though a number of people put the lawsuits on you, definitely it will fail, regardless of whatever it is. Because the sun energy is an ultimate potential that provide you the success in their life. We'll discuss with examples of the 6th house and later on in the next session itself. Okay. Okay. Anyone can remind me about discuss about the Bhavas next class itself?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because I actually before the moment the class itself, I remember I have to start with the Bhavas, but somehow my speedness will getting into the today's class itself. But remember me how to it won't take you much time, 5 to 10 minutes only. We'll see what is the Bhavas and where do you have to consider, where you no need to consider the Bhavas. Then we'll directly jump into the class. Okay. We'll see you all next week. Okay, one more thing. Saravanan may upload the video today very late. Maybe he's not available till the evening, possibly late in the evening. he told me that he will upload the video later on in the night. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. With that said, we'll wind up the class of today. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vanita.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice vacation.
Have a
Nice vacation.
Thank you.